Game, right? Hello everyone, what's up? This is Mike Loris, and this could possibly be the last game of OOC, the Out of Control Community Cup. This is going to be between Undefined, now playing on the Dire side, and Team Mobility Gaming on the Radiant. Both of these teams currently are at a score of 3-1, and the only way that they could actually still win this is, well, the winner is the only one who actually still win this. But they can only still win this if the other team, Team O Gaming, loses versus the Divine Free Throwers. Is that the? I think that's the other team that they're playing against. So that's the only way that any team could actually tie up the score. That would lead to best of 3 between the two teams with the highest score. And I was laughing about something that was totally awesome, but I think I'll tell you guys about that a little bit later if there's a pause or something. But right now we have picks flying out. It's going to be pretty regular bans. Chaos Knight, once again, seeing more banning action, as well as the Rubik being one of the most predominant support heroes of the game in this period of time, this era of the game. Leshrac Invoker being picked up so far by Undefined. Going to give them a lot of pushing right off the bat. Last game, I actually saw Undefined run a Leshrac Shadow Demon. Was it Leshrac? No, it wasn't them. It was not them. So that was completely wrong. But Leshrac will give them a lot of pushing power right off the bat. And could set up for a support hero, although it's usually not gonna play out like that. Mobility Gaming, on the other hand, picking up that Darkseer, managed to get through that phase. Could be a long lane. In the game that I just casted, we saw him in the easy lane with a tri-lane in the hard lane. So it's kind of a same theme there. Darkseer soloing a lane. The Shadow Demon will be the prime support hero, most likely for Mobility Gaming, and the Morphling, of course, who's just been completely tearing up the International 2 thus far. Picked and won like 80 or 90% of his games so far. But anyway, we do have the final pick now is the Enchantress. So Undefined could be gearing up for a very intense push lineup. And we actually see an Undying ban. That's very interesting. Undying isn't a hero that is often seen. Venomancer a little more standard. But Undying is kind of a hard hero to classify. I mean, like, he's very tanky. But at the same time, he has some decent magic damage and some pretty good pushing also. But he is tanky under certain conditions. And if those conditions aren't met, then he's very soft. So it's kind of an unreliable hero as far as that goes. I don't really understand the ban. There you go, and a little bit more standard ban. Anti-Mage ban. Because they don't know what Undefined wants to go to. Again, this is just a community cup. So these teams most likely, they might have done their homework and seen some of the games that they've played. But Anti-Mage is like the carry hero to pick up if you're going to fight against Morphling. For 2 reasons. First of all, he can keep up with Morphling even if Morphling wave forms out. You can burn out the Morphling's mana, and once you burn out his mana, the Morphling is just a very slow-moving pile of puddle. And also, if you want to go for a carry hero of your own and the other team already has a Morphling, well, you can't get a Morphling also, so you gotta pick up your Anti-Mage. But that is going to limit the carry choices for Undefined if they want to run that 4-1 strategy. I have been watching the International. It's been some pretty good games. And I saw DK run the 4-1 strategy twice. DK looking pretty good, I gotta say, but they did lose once to Zenith, so yeah, go Zenith. Looking forward to their sick picks once they make the winner's bracket. Hell yeah. I don't know if they're actually going to do that. Tidehunter pick up from Mobility Gaming. There's going to give them a lot of lane control and will enable the possibility of tri-lanes with a Shadow Demon Morphling as well as a Tidehunter on the bot lane, Darkseer in the top lane, and then a Queen of Pain in the mid lane. There you go. Mobility Gaming, pick up that Queen of Pain, and then you're good to go. Undefined, not as clear cut, although I mean, like, Mobility Gaming still could choose to do something different. Although that would be a pretty solid lineup, in my opinion, if they do what I say, because it's just it's solid. It's solid. But Undefined definitely going to put that Enchantress in the jungle. I don't know why you would not put her in the jungle. That would actually be pretty cool. But Invoker and Windrunner most likely going to take solo lanes, and Shrek going to be set up with someone. Could possibly pick a Sand King, and then just go for a very powerful early mid game. That would screw them over in the late game, but if you would close out the game before then well, it's a viable strategy in my opinion, because your lanes will be pretty strong. But it is at the same time very, very risky. They could choose someone like a Dragon Knight, but right now the support from Undefined is going to be kind of tight. They don't really... Windrunner or Leshrac could both play support. I don't really like either of them as support heroes. But if Undefined choose a more conventional support, CM is still in the pool. Venomancer, Rubik have both been banned. Shadow Demon has already been picked. I don't know, Vengeful Spirit, Lina might not be that bad. But it looks like Sand King going to be picked up by the other side, so obviously that's not a possibility anymore. And right now, Mobility Gaming's team fight is pretty darn substantial. They do have the Ravage, they do have the Vacuum pull in, and follow that up with the Epicenter from the Sand King. That's a lot of dead heroes from Undefined. No real way to stand up to that, aside from proper positioning. Positioning wins games.
10 seconds remaining.
So I'm pretty sure that Mobility Gaming hails from Europe. I said that it was 4 o'clock over there, and I do not envy that situation one bit. I cannot stay up that fucking late. I don't even if I could, I don't think I'd want to. Yeah. I should be able to stay up that late, but I just can't. But they're playing under conditions where they will not be playing optimally. Plus, this is being played on a USE server, so got to take that into consideration. If we see whiffed burrow strikes, poor ravages, missed waveforms, stuff like that, there is a little bit of latency going on here for the Mobility Gaming side, but not for Undefined. Looks like it's going to be a Night Stalker pick. I like this. Night Stalker haven't seen in quite a while, actually, but that will give them a ton of early game power. That is going to force either Leshrac or Windrunner into a support role. But that Night Stalker will mean that they want to close up the game pretty early. Once the game hits the 40-minute mark, then, well, Mobility Gaming is in a ton of... Oh no, Undefined is in a ton of trouble. Mobility Gaming, it would be in a prime position because they do have that Morphling to carry the late game. There's no such carry on the Undefined side. Orbit, Leshrac could carry, but definitely not as hard as the Morphling can. We're just going to wait for the Enchantress to be picked up, and then we'll get into this game. We'll see how the lanes play out. The stuns are actually there for both teams now. It's one of the common problems that these teams do not pick up enough stuns. And Enchantress, where are you at? Invoker's like, seriously, man? Okay, what's the deal with this Windrunner pick? Like, on top, she looks so different from all the other heroes. It just looks fake. Her textures look really freaking weird. I don't know what it is about them. I think it's her hair. They're like shadowed differently or something. It just looks weird. But anyway, let's go over who's playing what. On Mobility Gaming, we have Death Disco. On the Shadow Demon support, Sexy Niddy getting played the Tidehunter. Has some pretty cool gear right now. Decked out in a Kraken shell. So he actually has Kraken shell. That's pretty cool. And a Beast Jaw Bludgeoner. Yeah, he's pretty decked out. SARS is getting playing the Darkseer. Hopefully not going to kill a billion people. Nero on the Morphling, and that leaves, of course, Raynor on the Sand King. Oh, the StarCraft there. Sorry if you didn't understand that. I apologize profusely. On the Undefined side, it is going to be Incarnate on the Invoker. Jamie D on the Enchantress. Most likely going to be jungling the enemy jungle, possibly. And what looks to be a tri-lane of Chicken MC on the Night Stalker, Lupert on the Windrunner, and Orbit on the Leshrac. You need someone in this lane. I don't know, maybe the Night Stalker is going to solo mid? I don't know, these lanes are definitely not carved out 100%. There's actually a smoke gank at
30
level 1.
seconds to battle.
Not going to find anyone, so unfortunately for Mobility Gaming, Incarnate even chilling out in the trees. Mobility Gaming kind of wasting that first 100 gold. But really want to know what they're planning on doing with this Undefined. Because there's 3 heroes on the bot lane, and it doesn't look like they actually want to move out. And as I say that, they're moving out.
The battle begins.
Okay, so Chicken MC is heading up towards the mid lane with what looks like Orbit. So it's going to be Lopert soloing up the bot lane. Yeah, Enchantress returning back to her own jungle. It's going to be a dual lane mid versus a solo mid Sand King. That's going to be pretty rough for that Sand King. Like, Sand King could do fine if it's just up against a Night Stalker, but add in that Leshrac and things get so completely different. Darkseer is going to be soloing up the safe lane versus the Windrunner. Windrunner should have a little bit of an advantage there, but Darkseer will definitely not die. And it is going to be that tri-lane that I spoke of Shadow Demon, Tidehunter, and Morphling up against Incarnates and Invoker. Invoker's not going to have a fun time at all. Already getting denied. First deny. Jimmy D is in the jungle. I mean, like, why would you put Enchantress anywhere? Enchantress actually used to have Impetus as a basic skill. Untouchable used to be your ultimate. And that was actually really freaking cool. Because you could just do so much damage at, like, level 3. It was outrageous. I loved it. But now it's boring, because you got a jungle with Enchantress. Can't, like, 3-hit people at level 3. Oh, those are the days. But this lane in the mid lane is going to be won pretty handily by Undefined. I don't see Sand King really getting much out of this lane. Orbit with the harassment beginning already. And the Sand King has to last hit under the tower, which is very difficult in and of itself. Add in 2 angry heroes, and it's going to get a lot rougher. Split Earth missing. But he still has a lot of Split Earths to go. So Chicken MC is going to get a lot of farm. Not as much experience, because it is, of course, a dual lane. Sand King being very bold. He's going to take a silence to no effect. Incarnate still chilling on the top lane. Shadow Demon and Tidehunter just absorbing a little bit of experience. But it's really not that a big deal. Incarnate's pretty much already at his tower. He can't go any farther back. It's actually working out pretty well for him. He's getting some free levels, getting some gold. And now Orbit might be in a little bit of trouble. Invisibility Rune is up on the Tidehunter. Orbit already moving back. So Undefined sniffing something out. They don't want to take any chances. Centaur is going to spot out Death Disco. Miss Stomp. Orbit is going to get disrupted, and there's 3 heroes here. They just don't know it. This curse is going to go on to the Centaur. Unfortunately, Orbit is going to try for Split Earth. It's going to miss, and Orbit is going to take a fall. Sand King with the Burrow Strike picking up first blood. Sunstrike going to come out as well, not hit anything. Chicken MC is going to run away. Jamie D is going to run away, and Rainer is also going to salve up and be just fine. So the first blood going towards Mobility Gaming, who actually, Sand King picked that up. That is going to give him his bottle and kind of redeem his lost mid lane just a little bit. Incarnate's still in top lane. He's gone for a point of Exort. So he's got to really count on those stuns landing on his team. But with the Night Stalker set up Void into a Split Earth, that's very possible to chain off with that Sunstrike. So Invoker could still remain relevant in this game, despite the fact that he's getting pressured by this tri-lane, even though these tri-lane heroes not really doing much to actually pressure the Invoker back. The Invoker's had a pretty easy time. Shadow Demon is being, he wants to go deeper, but he can't find a path. There's no path there, Shadow Demon. Darkseer is actually very, very weak. Power Shot almost taking him down. Does have 70 HP left. So he's really living life on the edge. He has a Soul Ring up, though, so he's going to have unlimited mana. But I'm sure he's a little bit more concerned about his health, because, you know, you don't die if you run out of mana, you die if you run out of health. Jamie D might be in a little bit of trouble. The Satyr Soul Stealer is going to burn out the Gush mana. No, actually the Gush went off. I just didn't see it or hear it. For some reason, Jamie D is going to get the Disruption and the Curse on him as well. Orbit is here with the Edict, however. He can do a lot of damage, but here comes the Sand King with that Burrow Strike, going to take down the Enchantress. Shadow Demon taking up that kill, and Orbit once again missing with this Split Earth. Second Needy might be in a little trouble. Chicken MC does have a Haste Rune, and you are so dead. Tidehunter 1 hit. 2 hit, and 3 hit. Now Burrow Strike missing, and it's actually going to be Orbit picking up that kill. Chicken MC wants more. He wants Death Disco. He's going to get it. Leshrac with the Edict picking up that kill as well. Split Earth not going to hit. Sunstrike missing completely. Silence onto Sand King, preventing him from going into that Sandstorm. But he does still have enough mana for both. He can Burrow Strike down into the low ground. He's going to Burrow Strike right when Nero waveforms in. He's going to take out that Leshrac immediately. Now Incarnate is here, going to Cold Snap that Morphling. Morphling has to Strength Morph right now. Chicken MC does not have any more mana. He's going to waveform back, and Sexy Needy trying to get in range for a Gush. He is going to land it. Now Incarnate's in a little bit of trouble. Damage from Nero, not the largest, but he still should have enough for this. One more last hit, yes. 5-2 in favor of Mobility Gaming. Off to a roaring start. I don't think it's over yet. Leshrac is going to head towards the Sand Kings, chilling in invisibility. Jamie D, there's nothing for you to grab here. Here comes Orbit. He should be able to tag him with the Split Earth, and it completely misses. Rainer is on the run, and he gets the Edict down. So 3 for 5 in favor of Mobility Gaming. All the while, this bot lane kind of panning out a little bit in Lopert's favor, as you would kind of expect from a range hero versus a melee hero. But the kill's happening because of Death Disco and Sexy Nitty. Setting up beautiful, beautiful kills, and the support from the Sand King has been stellar. Doesn't really matter how bad your landing experience is. If you're getting the ganks, if you're getting 2 kills and 2 assists, you're going to be doing well. Now Orbit might be in a little trouble. Burrow Strike onto him, instant disruption, and Curse is actually going to land on Chicken MC, so Orbit might get out of this. He's not trapped by the illusions. He's going to run out, and he might even live. Silence on the Tidehunter plus a Void. Sexy Needy is going to be going down. Here comes Enchantress as well to help out. The Creep's taking out that Tidehunter kill. Kraken Shell not hard enough, it seems. And the Night Stalker has picked up his bottle, not quite level 6, but it's important to have as many levels as you can for this first Night Phase. Night Phase has hit, and he's not going to find a rune in the bot lane. It was on the top, I believe, but either way, he didn't get it. Jamie D, oh no, Orbit's going to land his Split Earth on Death Disco, and with the remainder of his Edict, he's going to take him down. Burrow Strike in, though. Orbit might be in a little bit of trouble, though. He's not going to get blocked. He's going to get Anchor Smash down. Now Sand King out of mana and out of options. Actually, the Tidehunter giving him one option. The body block. Beautiful body block from Sexy Nitty. Completely saving his ally's life. So I guess even though the Kraken Shell wasn't big enough, it wasn't hard enough, it was definitely big enough. Now here comes Morphling aiming towards that Enchantress. Enchantress doesn't have any more mana. Chicken MC trying for the body block. Enchantress unfortunately a little bit too slow. Morphling with those boots. Salve is going to buy him one more right clicks worth of time, but the waveform in is going to get him another kill. Sexy Nitty now taking Edict damage, and Sexy Nitty is taking a lot of damage. The Edict now being split between 3 people. Orbit trying to get out of this. He's going to split Earth just on the Sand King, however, and Sand King is going to get right click down, but not before he himself gets right click down. Sexy Nitty dodging the Sunstrike. Beautiful play by him. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but Chicken MC is all out of mana, and he has no more options here. He has to go back to the lane, look for a rune on the bottom lane. Incarnate, unfortunately, not landing those Sunstrikes, but I think I would have aimed at about the same place. The Tidehunter kind of moved back, kind of randomly. Now here comes the Sand King. He doesn't have his Epicenter off. I don't believe he actually got that off. It definitely got interrupted. And all in the meantime, SARS and Looper just chilling in the bot lane. Oh, Chicken MC got initiated upon by that Sand King with the Burrow Strike. He does have his Burrow Strike in another 1 second. Is he going to hit it? Yes, he probably will. Looks like it doesn't even matter. Nero is going to land his right click and get himself a dominating streak. 4 for 0. Oh no, Death Disco wants another kill onto Orbit. There's the disruption. There's the Soul Catcher, but there's absolutely no follow-up. So Orbit is just going to take a little bit of right click from his own illusions. That's about it. Now Teleport coming down to the bot lane. Tidehunter level 6. But Lopert knows it. He's going to walk out of there. He's heading towards a mechanism. Teleports now into the mid lane. It's going to be Chicken MC. Night Stalker is a pretty good counter to Morphling if you could kill him while he is silenced, but in the meantime the tower on the top lane has got brought down by Incarnate with the help of the Enchantress. Once again, Orbit might find himself in a sticky situation because here comes the Sand King with that Burrow Strike, level 4, lots of range on that. Everyone's got to be careful actually because Death Disco is here as well, only level 3. But still, that extra 30% damage, nothing to be trifled with. Morphling's forced away from her way as Windrunner does go down in the mid lane, but Rainer might be in a little bit of trouble. Split Earth is going to miss because of a disruption, but that's going to set up perfectly for the Sunstrike. Chicken MC needs one more Void. Is he going to get it? No, he does not want to dive. And wow, that disruption, perfect by Death Disco, saving his ally. So the teamwork from the Radiant side has been absolutely stellar. The body blocks, the disruptions, perfect timing on those. And Loper on the bot lane just got a little bit outmatched with the 2v1 there. Orbit's gonna not take the curse, actually the Night Stalker is gonna take the curse. Split Earth misses. Both teams kind of poking at each other. Incarnate is gonna get worked over by Nero. He just needs another 5 seconds, then he's good to go. 3, 2, 1, Incarnate. You need Ghost Walk like right now, but you don't have the mana for it. Wait for him in. Meantime, Lopert picking up a solo kill on the Darkseer. I don't know if Invoker managed to help. No, he doesn't have any assists, so yeah, the solo kill. Nero might be in a little bit of trouble. No, Chicken MC is going to flap his way out of there. He's actually flying. Wow, I never noticed that before. That is so freaking awesome. Haste Rune Night Stalker just flies. That is, oh my god, that's amazing. Holy crap, that's cool. But now he's spotting out all the heroes that come because they want to kill the beast. But he's fast enough to just walk out of there. Teleport's coming in from orbit. 4-4-2. It's a little bit of a positive score, and Enchantress's Creep's going to stun up the Tidehunter, and oh, here comes Chicken MC. Going to silence the Sand King and go for the Death Disco. Technically, he does pop off his ultimate, so he is going to help bring down someone, but it looks like no one is actually going to be brought down. 4v3. Mobility Game is completely outclassed in that fight. Outgunned and overwhelmed. And Bard ping going off there, but Leshrac going with Power Treads actually. So he's most likely just going to try to get as big as he can, as fast as he can. Just go for cheap health items. Night Stalker has picked up his urn. Nighttime is almost going to end, but Nero might be in a little bit of trouble. Orbit, does you have enough mana for the Split Earth? Yes, you do, but it's going to completely whiff. Should have canceled that. Orbit now going to take a Burrow Strike into an Epicenter. No interruption there from the Night Stalker, who is completely out of mana. Is he going to be brought down? Nero, do you have any mana? You don't have enough mana, but oh yeah, there you go. Where did you get that mana? Oh, tread switching. I think that was that. Now Rainer looking for someone else. He's looking for Jamie D, but it's not going to happen. He's going to sprink away as fast as her little legs carry her. And in the meantime, Windrunner and Stars just doing their own thing. And back into the death zone. Morphling transferring his stats back into agility. And the tower on the mid lane is taking quite a bit of damage. It's almost in deny range. It's almost brought down. No one's actually here to defend this. Well, someone's here to defend this. It's going to be the Night Stalker once again, but he's got to watch out because daytime is almost here. And Night Stalker during the day, just basically a little cat. He's going to fortify that tier 1 tower. Sunstrike not going to hit. Chicken MC going to silence Sand King, going to try to work him down. Here comes Orbit. Is he going to land the Split Earth this time? Chicken MC going to go instead towards the Tidehunter. The tower's going to help him bring him down. Orbit with the help of Enchantress bringing down the Shadow Demon. Now Rainer is going to get Split Earth, and Enchantress with the impetus damage. Too much. And in the meantime, Windrunner got killed by SARS. SARS takes another victim. So sad. Thought we were playing on the US East server, not the Chinese server. Buzzing! Okay. Anyway, Chicken MC now going back towards the bot lane. He's going to take a lot of damage from Nero. Nero's going to get tasted by his friendly Darkseer, and that is going to mean enough damage to take out that Night Stalker right as daytime cracks. He's going to go for a shotgun build. The tower on the mid lane has fallen for the Radiant. Should probably deny this. Hey, Orbit, get over there. Deny it. Oh, they're actually going to aim towards Nero, who's in a very bad position. And try to right-click Jamie D, and he is going to get him. And he's now out of mana, though. He does have a lot of... he actually does have a lot of mana, so I'm completely wrong. He's going to try to walk out of there. Focus Fire is on him. And the power shot. Bringing down Nero's monster kill. Monster kill. But this tower is still alive, somehow. Oh no, Chicken MC popping off in the nighttime. Gonna go for the Sand King. Unable to silence him before he gets his Burrow Strike off. Those night times gonna be a little bit wasted. But Rainer is forced to just chill there. No real options for him, and the only person who could bring him out is the Leshrac. Actually, I think Invoker could also bring him out. Well, I mean, like, Invoker just drop all his spells on the Sandstorm and then bring him out that way. I guess that works. But Undefined want this tier 1 on the bottom lane. They're going to get it too with the maxed out Edict. Invoker with the Forge Spirits. Gonna nail down that tower. Gonna put it in his pocket and go all the way to the bank with it. And they're also gonna run to Death Disco, trying to get a little bit of counter warding done. But here's Jamie D with the impetus damage. There's the enchant, and he's gonna be slowed to a crawl. And try for disruption. He's gonna get it, but at what cost? Good job, you got it. But unfortunately, all these wards are like all dying. All the wards. Kill all the wards. We have another pause going off. Do we have any cool item developments? That is not the item menu. Wow. SARS be just blinging out. I don't know if Darkseer actually has 5 fingers. One, oh, I can actually count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he has 5 rings, so he's probably going to put some on his like back spikes and like all on his hands and stuff like that. But he's just like rings for days, man. I don't know why you would get this many, actually. He's going for a hood. Oh, hood and headdress, I guess. Okay, get them all at the same time. Dat regeneration is going to be huge. Aside from that, we do have drums being picked up by the Enchantress. I guess that kind of makes sense since Chicken MC, the Night Stalker, does have Urn of Shadows. I just love saying Chicken MC, by the way. It just flows off the tongue so well. Loper does have his mech up, and Incarnate with the Force Staff. There's some pretty big items coming from the Radiant. Not as many from the Dire. They've been trading kills all game, but they simply do not have the items to actually show for it. Actually, the people who have actually been fighting don't really have all that much. Well, I guess it's kind of even, but here's the resume. Let's actually take a look at the charts. As expected, it is in favor of Undefined. They took down all the tier 1 towers. Where they're... Did that get denied? I don't know. No, it was destroyed by the Radiant. Their tower took a fall nonetheless, but they still have one more on the tier 1 position. So that is going to mean that they're going to hold on to a gold advantage at least for the minute. Death Disco continuing to try to counter ward. Oh, they do see Lopert, and the counter warding begins. It's just a race now. Unfortunately for the Radiant, for the Dire, the Radiant won. Here comes Incarnate though, looking for a cold snap. He's going to land it on Tidehunter. He's taking a lot of damage. He's going to be forced to pop out his Ravage, I believe. He's going to turn around for that Ravage. Yes, he is going to hit everyone. Incarnate actually managed to dodge out, but here's a huge epicenter from Rainer Norris, bringing down one person instantly. Orbit is very, very weak, but he's going to kill the Sand King before the Sand King kills him. Stars with the vacuum is going to pick up that kill, but Incarnate's going to try to duel the Darkseer. That's not what you want to do. When the Darkseer has maxed out Ion Shell, Incarnate has to pull out some sick jukes. He does have his Force Staff up in 1, 2. There it is. In the meantime, Blue taking a solo kill versus the Night Stalker. That's not supposed to happen. Stars getting cold snapped and the Forge Spirits. So much damage from this Exhort Invoker. And he gets a triple kill. Wow, 18 to 20. This is a pretty close game. And another pause. Fantastical. We're going to have someone have a reset or something. Beautiful play from the Dire side. Tanking that Ravage. I don't know. I mean, like, they had a Ravage Epicenter combo on 3 people were clumped up, but they somehow managed to live. I have no idea what happened. Like, they were all in this, like, friggin' tiny-ass place right here. You can see it on the map. I'll just circle it. Like, all right here, and they all lived, even though they were, like, chilling right next to the Sand King. Alright, so the pauses continue. And these Forge Spirits look really weird with this filter. They don't look like lava at all. There they are, back to their fiery selves. Incarnate, good job pulling out the spells, and you're going to teleport out of there. After picking up the Night Stalker, I don't know what exactly happened up there. Night Stalker did not have his nighttime up, so Morphling probably just got really aggressive with waveforms, I suppose, but that's not supposed to be what was happening. You do not expect any Morphling, really, to get solo kills at this point in the game, not without a shotgun at least first, or like a different core item. And the counter warding continues. This time the Dire have the... Whoa, I just saw yellow over here. Was he actually over... Oh, he teleported, okay. I'm like, I thought I saw him flash on the map. But I'm just crazy. And the Radiant will not stand for this active warding. They will counter ward. No, they don't have any counter wards. Haha. They're gonna have to just take it. Or spend a couple of gold pieces and pick up some sentry wards. This is a very highly contested area. I don't think either team could actually take Roshan that quickly, so I don't know why they're putting that much emphasis on that area, but regardless. Oh, Jamie D might be falling to the Morphling. Might be a second solo kill. The heal goes off from Enchantress. And the jukes. Oh, them jukes. Nero does not know what's going on. Gonna miss his waveform. That's gonna buy Jamie D a free passage out of there. And well, she's actually also at full health. Now slowing the Morphling, gonna try to land the stun from the Centaur. Incarnate is here as well. Split Earth is gonna hit right on the tip as well as the Centaur stomp. Now cold snapping the Morphling. Morphling gonna waveform into the trees. Sunstrike is gonna hit perfectly, but with Strength Morph is too much. Not enough Exhort to really burst through that health pool. But now 4 heroes up on this top lane with Lopert doing his own thing on the bot lane once again. I think I know the title of this book. Sars is now on the top lane. And try to send some ion shells, I guess, to try to defend this, but at the moment with 2 Forged Spirits and with the Edict from Orbit, it's gonna look rough. There goes the wall as well as the Burrow Strike from the Sand King. Enchantress instantly falling. Chicken MC does not have nighttime. There is the Epicenter, not doing much at all. Enchantress is the only one to fall. Chicken MC is on the run. They could use the Ravage if they want this. Instead, Burrow striking right through, and Chicken MC might get blocked. No, he's going to phase himself out of there. And he's running. There goes the Surge on the Tidehunter, trying to land a Gush. That will slow Chicken MC down. He's trying to get out of here, and it looks like he actually will. Night Stalker too fast, especially with phase boots. So Enchantress, the only one to die from that engagement. Not really that much of an engagement, though. I mean, 2 ultimates were used, but the Dire squad just tried to get out of there. They had no interest in fighting that whatsoever. Now see the Radiant team looking to go towards the top lane and setting up more wards, more sentry wards. Try to counter ward everything. It's a good habit to get into, I guess. Maintain map control. It lets you do stuff like this. Send 4 people up to the top lane and try to pick off Pink. Are they going to get, if they open up with a Gush, they might get him. There's the Gush. Is there, oh no, a Deafening Blast and an instant Ghost Walk. Very smart to put that 1 point in Wex, and he's going to Ghost Walk out of there. In the meantime, Blue might be in a little bit of danger. Orbit as well as Lopert are here. Split Earth is going to get cancelled. That's going to mean the end of that. Power Shot going to thin out the creep wave. Trying to put some pressure on the tier 2. Oh, Jamie D, you might be in a little bit of trouble. Burrow Strike, fortunately not there for the Sand King, but there's the Purge to slow him down, and a Burrow Strike is going to land onto that Enchantress. Incarnate is here to support, though. Jamie D does get 4 staff down. Here comes the Night Stalker. No nighttime yet. Orbit is here, gonna land the stun, but it gets vacuumed back from the Rampage, from the Ravage. That looks really freaking weird. Raynor Norris is trying to go for the Lashrak. He is gonna Burrow Strike through and get it, but there's so far been 3 down for the Radiant. Raynor Norris, you are in the wrong place at the wrong time. Invoker just needs a little bit of time. Oh, or a Sentry Ward. That works too. You are dead, sir. Sand King taking a fall there. So the Dire squad making a very good fight out of what looked like it wouldn't be good at all. I mean, like, there was a Ravage, and everyone got pulled back to one spot for that Ravage. But they managed to pull it out with only Lashrak dying. Lashrak is not very tanky at this point in the game. And he's not really getting much money either. Yeah, 243 per minute. So not the most there. Morphling is still one of the most fearsome characters in the game. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't really have any way of translating the gold advantage into an actual advantage yet. He needs another 300 to do it, but he's not really been giving the chance to farm. Push on the top lane will give Invoker a tower kill, and he is 300 away from his sheepstick. So once Nero gets his shotgun, it's going to be met with an instant disable from the Invoker. And it's going to be hard to actually shut down the Morphling before he actually unleashes the shotgun. But once he does unleash it, that's going to be pretty much all the Morphling has to offer, because he's going to be completely empty. He's going to be a little piggy. Oh no, Death Disco is going to get just a mini stun, but Chicken MC during the night phase is going to right click him down and boom, Sunstrike on your head, Shadow Demon. Goodbye. Invoker with the wicked 6 streak. What is your score? 826. Not bad at all. That is going to give him enough gold to pick up his sheepstick if he wants to do that right now. Could help him quite a bit for the upcoming fight. The Wall of Replica is up. The Ravage is not, however. Epicenter is up though, so the team fights could still happen with or without their Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon only will help bring down one person a little bit quicker, but this tower, wow, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, that'll do it. Edict, as well as Alacrity, as well as Force Spirits. It's pretty good. It's okay. That is going to mean that there's only one tower left for the Radiant team. There's a tier 2 on the bottom. Undefined looked like they want to just say, screw it, we're going to get Roshan and then head towards down into your bot lane. So everyone is smoked up for MG. Epicenter is off cooldown. Ravage is off cooldown. They're going to pop their smoke kind of. Undefined are in a very tight spot. They have to go now. It's going to be a little bit too late. Nightstalker already picking up the Aegis of the Immortal. There's going to be a pretty good barrel strike into everyone, actually. Epicenter and Ravage. Everyone from Undefined is going to die. Wow. Nightstalker might live, actually, from this. He runs fast enough. But that was just a brutally sick combo. All the ultimates coming together, just annihilating all of Undefined. That's exactly what mobility gaming needs. A Ravage into an Epicenter into that Wall of Replica. There's nothing you could do about that except for pray and, you know, facepalm. That kill, or those series of kills, I guess, is going to give Morphling is enough money for his E-Blade. Who actually got those kills? Ooh, actually Morphling picked up 2 of them. That's actually kind of surprising considering he doesn't have the giant teamfight ultimate. He just has waveform and right clicks. 11-1-6 on the Morphling. So even though the gold graph is in favor of the Dire, that is primarily because of the towers. I guess their farm is also kind of going. Is also kind of going the way of the Dire. Just, I mean, like a little bit. The experience with that giant massacre of a team fight swinging back towards the Radiant. The problem for the Radiant is that they could only do that once every 150 seconds. Well, no, yeah, 150 seconds. So Undefined they're not really constrained by the cooldowns. Oh, Loper, it's gonna get shotgun down, barely living at a sliver of life. He's gonna pop off his mech and try to make a run for it, but his wind run is out, and well, where did you go? But Loper is gonna die to that demonic purge. Sunstrike gonna hit perfectly onto that Tidehunter at Sand King, and Sand King is gonna take a split earth, gonna bring himself out of that sandstorm. SARS is gonna run away with the Shadow Demon. The 2 strength support heroes getting picked off, and now Undefined wants something more. They want a tier 3 tower. They're going to find SARS instead. They're going to start punching SARS. Die, SARS, die. SARS is way too tanky. One does not simply kill SARS. He's unsilenced now. And he's going to try to loop around. Oh, the half shotgun, the full shotgun onto Lestrak. He's going to be brought down. SARS is still alive somehow. How are you still alive? Incarnate is here, however, and he's going to hex up the Morphling, who's a watery pig for some reason. He's going to cold snap him, and a lot of damage coming out towards that Morphling. He's going to try to wait for himself away. Here's the Ravage from Tidehunter just to save his allies, but the Illusion's doing so much damage on the Invoker. Wow, those illusions just did work. Jamie D trying to teleport out of here. Not going to be enough. He's going to get cleaned up as well. The last one to live is once again the Nightstalker. But that fight just swung completely in the favor of the Radiance. Didn't really look like that at first. The Tidehunter coming in and those Wall of Replica illusions doing so much damage. Like, holy crap, the damage is unbelievable. And they're just sitting there and tanking it. So the Radiant, although they were behind, although they were severely outpushed, they're not out of this by a long shot. Their Morphling's getting big. He has an E-Blade, he has a Yasha. And their team fight is coming together. They're, once again, without a Ravage. But I don't think they really need a Ravage. You have a level 2 Epicenter, which is pretty good also. It doesn't really have the set up kind of capability as the Ravage, but...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tower on the top lane. Starting to take some right clicks. This Morphling, 116 agility. That hurts. There's a lot of Sunstrike going to nail them. Both, actually. Yeah, but this tower is going to take a fall regardless. There it is, 465 into the pocket of the Morphling. And, well, actually, Night Stalker with an Aghanim Scepter, so he does have that map hack thing going. The problem is he can't really do anything with it. Right now, he's the only one surviving, granted, but he doesn't have enough damage to really swing anything in his favor. He's not tanky enough to sit in the fights, either. He's not going to spot out. Oh, he actually is going to spot out. So everyone from the Radiant side is completely spotted out. Orbit, you got to get out of there. Blink forward by Sand King. He does have a surge as well. Burrow Strike in, and you are so dead, Orbit. Sunstrike going to try to help him out. Here comes Chicken MC as well as Loper. Going to get a shock shot. No, shock shot not latching. Sand King is stuck in a Sandstorm now, and there goes the Morphling trying to shotgun down. Whoa, the damage onto the Enchantress. Nero is going to try to run out of this. Here comes the Epicenter, going to annihilate the Night Stalker's HP pool. No, it's actually the Shadow Demon bring down that. The Sand King takes a fall as well. Lopert is the only one alive so far. Nero is probably going to want to chase this. No, he's not going to push it. He's going to accept the 2 for, well, now 3 for 2. Darkseer dying to the Forge Spirits. Forge Spirits do a lot of damage. This just in. And that is going to be a 4 for 3 trade ultimately. But the Radiant team is clawing their way back slowly but surely. With that shotgun build, instantly annihilating the Enchantress's health pool, only 1,000 HP. Even though she does have a cloak, it's not going to be enough to withstand a shotgun blast from a level now 19 WoW Morphling. And I gotta say, the game is slipping out of the hands of the Dire. They're still not out of it quite yet, but their late game just simply isn't there. There's no one on the Dire who could go toe-to-toe with the Morphling. They could try to out-disable them. They could try to, like, nuke them down or something like that. But there's no one to really deliver the right clicks. Night Stalker went for a utility build. You do see builds like this, like a utility tank build mostly, when Night Stalker is picked up in these games. In pro games, at least. In pub games, you see Mask of Madness Basher, which is pretty awesome. But it's not exactly what you would call oh. That's not right. I don't know why you would want a giant wolf.
Regeneration.
Maybe Enchantress just wants to make friends with everyone. But this wolf is going to die pretty soon, actually. And for a giant wolf, it's not that giant. But yeah, Undefined really lacking that late game power that they need. They picked an early mid-game strat, and they did capitalize on it. But they didn't capitalize it enough. The Morphling got enough farm, and... what you doing? Power shot. There you go. Like, they got a couple picks, got a couple good fights. Problem is, once the team fight came together, once the Morphling got that E-Blade, now with the Manta style, oh no, Incarnate gonna get completely annihilated by the Sand King Sandstorm Ball thing. Nero just gonna right-click down Orbit. Shock Shot gonna hold him out of this fight for a little bit, but Tidehunter looking for a Ravage. He is going to get it, plus that Epicenter. Everyone from Undefined is just dying. Lopert is gonna be the last one to fall. Complete team wipe. Wow, 5 for 0 in favor of the Radiant. A perfect team fight for them, and the Giant Wolf somehow still alive. Death Disco is going to bring it down, or is it going to time out? No. Oh, poor doggy. Legs are really long. Proportionately longer than the rest of its body, but this is going to be in the tier 2 tower. Nero has teleported down to the top lane. Try to just push that out, get himself a little bit more farm. But this tower is going to go down. There's no way around that. They could even try to... No, Roshan is not up yet.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But there goes that tower, and they're going to scour the forest, clean out the creep camps. Get a little bit of farm there, and maybe just tank up this tower. It has full HP plus backdoor regeneration. Or no, Sars is gonna creep cut. That's actually a pretty smart idea. Give Morphling all the time in the world to preserve all the space in the world to try to preserve the creep wave. Try to get a push onto this top tier 2 tower. Epicenter and Ravage are not up, however, so if they take a team fight now, I gotta say it's gonna go into the favor of the, well, actually not for another minute. Once another minute hits, then the Dire is gonna be in a good position for a team fight. They'll have that nighttime, but until then their team fight is going to be severely lacking. Both teams kind of crippled as far as their team fight goes. Here comes Incarnate, gonna land a Deafening Blast and the Meteor onto everyone, but there's the pipe instantly. It's going to mitigate a lot of damage. The Tidehunter is very weak at this point, and Sars just standing his ground. Loprit also standing his ground with that focus fire onto the Darkseer. Not enough damage coming out of him, however. Incarnate's going to get purged down. And the Tidehunter in the back end being worked down by Orbit. Teleportation is going to get cancelled. Well, cancelled, I say. He's actually dying. Shout even picking up the Windrunner. But that is 2 for 1. And they know where Sand King is. Sand King going to blink away and teleport away. The Gnolls are telling him where he is, but he's going to live anyway. So yeah, the name of the game is that Mobility needs their ultimates. They absolutely need their ultimates. They need that Ravage, they need that Wall of Replica, they need the Epicenter to all come together. Now they could probably go for 2 out of 3, I guess. That would also be a pretty good fight. But if those ultimates aren't there, then, well, the team fight skirmish power from the Dire will prove to be more than the Radiant can handle. Now Roshan is going to be back up in just like a minute, 30 seconds at least. And they're going to take this stack of Ancients. I don't know who stacked these up. But free experience, free gold. Actually, not that free at all. Chicken MC is taking a lot of damage from those Ancients. But there's Roshan. Forge Spirits is going to confirm that. They're going to head straight towards that Roshan pit. It's going to take them a while, though. Well, actually, now with Orbit coming in, it's going to take them a little bit less. But they still got to be very careful. Because Roshan is now pretty hard to kill. It's a lot of health on him. And Jamie D just going to make friends with him, poke him with a spear. Oh, but here comes the team fight. All the big team fight ultimates are up, and I'm sure Undefined knows what happens last time this happened. I'm sure they remember what happened last time this happened. Yeah, that makes sense. Undefined, I'm sure they learned from their mistakes. They do not want to go into that same situation again. Nero going to teleport in, but a shackle shot on 2. Stars and Sexy Nitty completely held out of this fight. There goes the Ravage regardless, and the Epicenter. Everyone is dying once again, but they're all still alive just by a little bit, but it doesn't matter because now Nero with the big Morphling farm is just going to go to work. Incarnate is the last one to live. Going to ghost walk himself out. Blind. No, completely wrong. He actually went the other way. So Invoker is going to live, but the team fight is just so overwhelming, constantly demolishing the Dire. Radiant are looking pretty good in the team fights. They just have to make sure that they choose their fights carefully. They could go for the Roshan right now if they want to. And wow. Sand King stuck around, picked up that Invoker, so clean team wipe. Now they have the Darkseer tank. Morphling deliver the damage, and this Roshan is going to be torn down. Doesn't matter if you're sitting at 150 health if the enemies aren't alive. Oh, a little bit of a blunder there by Nero. Tried to use Replicate, but the Replicate automatically attacked Roshan. I don't think there's actually a way around that. If you just have to get out of the pit if you want to summon Replicant. Otherwise, your Replicant will... will it auto-attack Roshan? Yeah, I guess his is on, the auto-attack. But if it's not on, then you can do it just fine. You could use that Replicate tank if you issue a move command onto Roshan, then it will just go up and hug him. The Roshan will be like, hey, get off me, and then he'll start punching him. But your illusion will not dispel on... your illusions only dispel when they actually issue an attack command to Roshan. Sexy Nitty is going to get surged up, heading towards that Enchantress. Not going to happen though, Enchantress spotted them. Or just has the... common... Oh, yeah, she actually spotted them. Morphling is pretty farmed now. 4,000 gold on him. Let's see what he wants to actually build this. He could go for anything. He could go for Butterfly. Although something like an Eye of Scotty, probably a little bit better. Top lane is going to be the next objective for the Radiant team. Do they have their ultimates up? 17 seconds to the Ravage, but by the time they get to the tower, it's going to be up. So for all intents and purposes, the Radiant, they're ready to go. They're rearing to go as well. They're pushing down very quickly. And now with the Veil of Discord, wow, that will really put their team fight together. If they manage to land it, of course. Oh, here comes Undefined. Shackle shot on 2. Death Disco is going to get annihilated right off the bat. Sexinity has to get his Ravage off. Here comes the Epicenter as well as the Ravage. Everyone from Undefined dying once again. The mech pops off, trying to buy themselves a little bit of time, but Incarnate gets brought right back in. Lopert is this time is the only one to survive, force staffing himself away. And this tower is going to get brought down. Right click, so strong. Team fight, so strong. And really, I don't know, Undefined had the right idea. What you need to do against a lineup like this when you're going to get massacred in a team fight, you have to smoke up and you have to look for picks. But everyone from Mobility just grouped together so well that whenever you try to smoke up, it's going to turn into a team fight. And they just played their strategy perfectly. The tier 3 tower has gone down. Melee Racked is going to go down as well. 6,300 gold on Nero. Did he actually get anything? No, who's that? Shiva's Guard on Darkseer. So huge amounts of team fight with that Morphling to clean up. Just devastating play by Mobility Gaming. That one racks ahead. They're looking to take this game. I don't know that if Undefined can actually do anything about it with this much of a disadvantage. It's going to be extremely tough for them. Tier 3 towers on the middle lane are starting to go down. Shackle shot on 2 once again, but there's simply not enough damage to bring these guys down. Nero could just single-handedly clean up as he is doing. Darkseer brings down the Night Stalker right off the bat. Orbit's on the run. Sunstrike going to hit Death Disco, but the Burrow Strike is going to be enough to kill Leshrac. And now this Rax is getting right-clicked down by Nero. And go for Jamie D. Shiva's Guard plus the Waveform. Following up with an Adaptive Strike, and Nero picking up yet another kill. Burrow Strike in to Incarnate into an Epicenter. Going to be used just for this Invoker, but it didn't work at all. These Raxes are going to take a fall, though. Death Disco ensuring that top lane gets its momentum. Meanwhile, Raynor is going to Burrow Strike away. No, the right click's too strong. It doesn't matter because he buybacks into the game. The last objective that the Radiant team have, well, last 2 objectives, I guess. This tower and then the last set of Raxes. They just have to go back and heal and then just slow push all the way down. And then I don't think Undefined could actually recover from this fight. They simply do not have the right click damage. The only damage that they really do have is coming from this Invoker, coming from the Leshrac. They're not strong enough to actually survive everything that is being thrown at them. And at the same time, unleash their own magical output. Raynor Norris already starting off with the pushing on the bot lane. The rest of his team following in hot pursuit. Undefined just trying to get a little bit of gold. But I don't know if by the time they get to that tier 3, I don't think Undefined can defend the tier 2. If they do, they're just going to die. By the time they get to the tier 3, the ultimates are all going to be up. 14 seconds, it's actually the last one up. It's going to be the Sand King's ultimate. Once he gets that, it's going to be, well, we already saw what happened. It's not pretty either. Tower's going to get torn down. And I don't think there's anything. I have Scotty straight up with another 3,900 gold. This Morphling is fed. No, don't ping that. Just go finish it. Incarnate trying to slow them down. Nero just wants in though. He's gonna get the pipe on him, and he's gonna have the Aegis pop. Sunstrike's not gonna hit, but they're actually not popping any of their ultimates. There it is. There's the Epicenter. There's the Ravage, all coming together one last time. Shotgunning down Lopert, or trying to at least. He's gonna walk away from this, but Jamie D gonna get worked over by the Morphling, and everyone from Undefined is once again dead. Morphling with the holy shit streak. Gonna try to go for some fountain farming, but it doesn't matter. The last tower is going to take a fall. The last set of Raxes is also going to take a fall. And with that, closes out Undefined's chances at winning the OOC Cup. The only chance that Mobility has is if O Gaming actually loses to the Divine Free Throwers. They've been playing very well, though, O Gaming, so I don't know how possible that is. But they do somehow lose. then well, Mobility Gaming has another shot at this. And what the hell are those lines? Nero just chilling in the fountain. He doesn't give a shit. He can buy back if he wants to. There's the GG call from Incarnate. That is going to mean that Mobility Gaming takes a now 3-for-1 record, and Undefined take a 2-2 record. Jamie D is going to be killed one last time. Chicken MC one last time. Oh, that was actually pretty close. There's no way to stop Mega Creeps. The GG call has been there. The team fight really spelling out the victory for Mobility Gaming. And although Undefined did have some pretty good plays in the early stages of the game, it was not enough. So thanks for watching, guys. If you're watching this live, like the 2 people who are, then well, follow this box right here to my YouTube channel. If you're watching from YouTube, then thanks for supporting me, and thanks for watching, guys. GG. Oh, let's get that out of the way. There you go.